right, welcome to the Ultimatum Season 3, Episode 1 review.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. This will be our first review. Usually we just do the song thoughts, but now we're gonna get into some serious stuff.
All right. So without that, let's I guess we could start with the couples that are involved.
Yeah, let's start with it.
All right. So we have Zaina and JR.
So JR is 33 and Zaina, I don't know how to pronounce her name because they didn't do a lot of pronouncing of her name. They just kind of put it up on the screen. So I don't really know how to pronounce her name. So we're going to say Zaina for now. They're a cute couple together. They're in their 30s.
And she's concerned about motherhood. And getting this show started as far as marriage is concerned. And JR said that she's the right person, but has had infidelity issues previously in his divorce, which is
yeah, because he was married before at 22 years old. So, and they've been dating for 3 years.
Yes, absolutely. So next up is Nick and Sandy.
Okay. So, I think Nick is 38 because he's 10 years older than her. So that means Sandy is 28.
Okay.
And Nick is the one who issued her the ultimatum. I guess Nick say, I'm pushing 40. And once you get to this age,
yeah,
nobody trying to marry you. I'm sorry. You 38.
Time for games in the past.
But I'm saying you 38 and did they say if he's ever been married? Because if you 38 and you never been married, you got some red flags. I'm sorry.
Well, he just wants a normal life away from the city. And they have two different versions of fun, he says. She still wants to party.
Could it be that you 38 and she 28? Talking about what kind of life he want?
He wants a normal life away from the city.
And she want to be in the city.
Yeah, she want to be in the city. He's been in the city for 15 years, I believe. She said.
He need to find him somebody closer to his age. That's a plain simple. All right, who was the next couple?
All right, Mariah and Caleb was the next couple.
Mariah and Caleb. Now, she was interesting because she's 24. And she like, I'm 24. I know what I want. Well, you 24. You issuing ultimatums and you 24. You just like your frontal lobes just developed yesterday.
Yeah.
Like you need to buy yourself a brand new car and call it a day because you don't need to be getting married at 24 years old. Especially not to this little knucklehead Caleb. But I digress. I ain't gonna judge the people.
Yeah. Yeah. She says that she got a good career and she's ready for marriage and kids. They're 2 years into their relationship. She feels like she's wasting time with Caleb. He wants them have more time to get to know her.
Well, she 24 though. She talking about she got her career. Who you gonna be, Mariah? You 24. You gonna be done with that career by the time you 30 and trying to do something else. I'm just telling you. Yeah. Go ahead. I digress though. Who else? Who was the next couple?
All right. So next couple is Vanessa and Dave.
Vanessa and Dave. And so they've been dating 3 years. And Dave said he's not in a huge rush to get married. So she the one that's issuing him the ultimatum.
That's right. He feels pressured to marry. But I mean, he likes her. He ain't ready for that yet.
I'm trying.
Next up is Scotty and Aria.
They was interesting. I think it's
Scotty's the one who issued the ultimatum.
Yeah, he gave her the ultimatum. Yeah. And she 25.
Yeah.
And she said they live in two different cities because I think she lived like in the Bay and he live in where he live at?
I didn't get that part.
He live in he live in California, but the LA or something, man, I don't know. Okay. Wherever he live in.
Yeah, the majority of these people are living in LA.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah, him and his curls.
Yeah. Arya doesn't want to be forced into doing anything. You know, that's the basis of her feelings. If she's being forced, she's not having none of that.
She needs to stay single because there's gonna be a lot of forcing. All right.
All right. So then we got Chanel and Micah.
Yeah, they was the last couple. That's Curly Sue.
Curly, yeah.
And she gave Micah the ultimatum. And randomly he started talking about, remember when you was doing Uber Eats?
Yeah. I was like, wow, okay. We doing that, huh?
Hey, you just putting her out on Front Street with that one. Like she was just broke down or something. I helped you with Uber Eats. Micah is a problem child. I can tell you right now.
Yeah, she feels like she's done so much to be there for him, but he feels exactly the same way. He's done a lot, as much as that's we mentioned the Uber Eats, but he doesn't feel like he's in a rush. It's just not the right time. And then of course she starts to cry, and then you know how I feel about tears, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we need to talk about that now. Cause why you get mad? Cause that girl started crying.
Because it's like it's a weapon. She's like using it as a weapon. And I'm like, you know, especially when she let the one tear just fall down, like keep falling. Yeah.
Something is wrong with you.
I'm sure.
Let her have her. She entitled to her emotions.
All right. So that is the couples.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess they have their last night together before they split up. And in the shadow of the vein of that, the last night before they break up, they said some different things that is pretty interesting. Sandy says that she thought JR was hot, and a lot of other females were thinking that JR was attractive.
JR cut. He cut. Yeah. He got a nice body.
Yeah.
But I want to mention this before we go to the next part. Nick and Vanessa Lachey. Here she come on there. And here's my thing with them two as I don't have no issue with them as a couple, but okay, I'm lying. Yes, I do. I don't know. I think they hosting too many things. Like pick one. Either you're gonna do Love is Blind or you're gonna do this one. Don't be trying to do both, but then she gonna try to like come out like I'm being so vulnerable and just start telling her business about when her and Nick was, and I have an issue because I'm like, Nick, what happened to Jessica Simpson? I don't know nothing about what happened with Jessica Simpson. And I need to know that before you host another show. Well, so that's just my little piece on that.
She couldn't keep coming back with the same thing. Well, I gave Nick an ultimatum. No, she had to spice it a little bit, her spiel.
But it came across, to me, that's just my opinion, it came across as forced. So she it's like now somebody must have told her that the audience is not connecting with her.
Yeah.
And so she tried to tell that little we don't want to hear nothing about you and Nick. Let's get to the couples. Matter of fact, y'all could stay away until the end and then come back and talk. We don't want to see y'all right now. Anyway, go ahead.
Real quick, with Scotty and Arya, the night that they broke up, what is with the peels on their face? I didn't understand that. Like
babe, I had to talk about that too. I was gonna get into that later because I got something to say about that. But before we moved to that, we forgot about the part where was that Arya that was like when they passed the rings around, she gonna say she liked the cushion.
Yes, that was.
Boo, you don't need to get married. You talking about you like a cushion and not a ring? He should have took that cushion and wrapped it around her finger and called it a day.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the next segment, which was speed dating. Initially, one of the things I first noticed was there's a lot of scantily clad women running around the food area. dressed in lingerie attire and showing off the goods, like they're trying to prove something. But of course, there was a few JR looks as usual, because he was out in his finest bikini wear. I mean, not bikini, or what is it?
What them was Speedo. Yeah. It wasn't quite a Speedo, but he definitely was trying to show off his body.
Yeah, yeah.
And absolutely. That with that little Mufasa tattoo on his chest.
Right. So Mariah didn't initially connect with anyone. I think she was too busy looking at Caleb, what's going on with him. And then I think Chanel liked Dave. Nick was into Zania. And of course, Sandy and Aria was all over JR. Yeah. And, Caleb calls Mariah wifey material.
See, they already heading down the wrong path. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem with this whole concept of this show. You going down the wrong path, because now people getting jealous, but we'll get into the jealousy and all of that stuff later, but they going down the wrong path already. I just was gonna say, we forgot to talk about the mask that they had on when they was in the last day before they broke up. And they had the little what was it, the couple Aria and Scotty.
Yeah. And
they had their little eye patch. She was curling her hair to look like him. I was like, what's going on? Is this the battle of who got the curliest hair or what? Yeah, they was a hot mess.
Yeah.
And then Caleb with his Justin Timberlake in sync looking face. He had the nerve to tell Mariah he don't want to be 40 and feel like they never got to know themselves. So that's what he told her. And I think that's true. You know, when you get married young, you really don't know yourself yet. And that's what I was trying to say about Mariah from the beginning. Like, you only 24. You really, really, really in your 20s should try to get, not to say that you know, I don't think you should just be willy-nilly dating around a lot, but still you need to take time to let yourself develop and get to know yourself before you be trying to, you know, go and issuing ultimatums like this the man you want to be with for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We'll get to know them as time go on, but I already got my little intuition.
Yeah. All right. So then we were past
speed date.
The speed date. Did you have any other hard points on speed dating?
Speed date. Here go my point with Dave. Dave in the cut telling the camera, I was smooth when I was single. Boy, bye. You was not smooth. You wasn't smooth when you was single, and you ain't smooth now, because you was the only one in the corner not even talking to nobody later on. He felt all alone because he was all alone.
Yeah.
And my Stella Rosa. Go ahead. Right. What you got to say?
All right, no, I'm ready to go down to the mixer part.
The mixer, yeah.
All right, so the mixer, they played this game called Quarters. I've never heard of that game before.
But... And you ain't never gonna hear because we ain't never playing that game, because that game was insulting. Yeah. It was full of insults.
It's designed to ask awkward questions to hurt feelings, sometimes to put people on the spot. It's kind of petty.
You want to play that game? It's crazy. Now everybody getting offended.
Yeah.
And here's what was kind of interesting to me. I noticed in that particular scene, Aria had on a dress that was showing like her upper chest, and she had like strangulation marks all over her, like her chest and shoulder. Like, is that why you ain't getting no proposal? You may be into some stuff you shouldn't be interested in. I don't know what's going on, but it definitely was some marks all over her. And I was like, we need to keep watching so we can find out what's going on with this girl.
Right. And then of course she got mad at Scotty for holding hands with Zania and came over to split them up. She was like, I need you to move away so I can talk to my man. And she felt disrespected by him. In my honest opinion, I feel like she was not really ready for all of this that was involved. She wasn't ready for the seat.
Babe, that's what I just said earlier. Like, y'all want to go on this show and I'm issuing an ultimatum. Either you're going to be with the person and y'all going to be together and get married, or you're not. To go on a show where you letting that's what I never understood about the ultimatum. Why is you letting the person that you love, that you want to marry, date other people? That makes no sense. Then you now you jealous because they like somebody else better than they like you. Of course they gonna like somebody else better than they like you because they've been with your personality for a long time, and they see that there's other people that got better personalities than you do. So that is just, the ultimatum is just like a really bad idea if you're trying to get results.
Right.
For somebody to marry you, this is not the way to go. This is a very bad idea.
And they said since the first season, this is the last resort, the last chance if you want to save your relationship to test it out. But I think it's set up to fail.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's set up to fail. This is not what you do to get good results. And that's why Vanessa and Nick ain't nobody making no connection with them, because they come across as being like kind of like that phony couple that try to like, we're so happy, but he was so happy.
It's entertainment, and they're getting paid.
And they get
So I think that's the bottom line. As long as there are going to be people like you and I that keep watching, they're going to keep promoting and producing it.
But did you see when Dave was in the cut, he was extra lonely, so he decided to go break up Vanessa's date.
Yeah.
Just because he was lonely, because ain't nobody talking to him. See?
Right.
See? Don't nobody else want you, boo. Oh, and here's another thing that I wrote in my notes. JR, you saw how he was in the cut rubbing on.
Yeah, I did see that.
Boy, you just met her. How you rubbing on her shoulder like that? Go sit down. These people is irritating. They are irritating to me.
Yeah, he said that they got some chemistry.
We got some chemistry. That's why you finna get beat up by your girlfriend, because you over there talking about you got some chemistry and talking about, oh, her calves is so big. Don't no woman want to know she got big calves. That just mean her legs is out of proportion. True. We don't want to hear that. Right. But
no, he thought that was sexy talk.
Yeah, boy, you got to come with a better compliment than that. But you can tell they've been drinking too much, and they doing too much right now.
Yeah.
So, I guess my last thought was my last note that I took was about Scotty. Scotty was all of a sudden on this scene at the mixer. Scotty got some swag out of somewhere. He was in the cut with his glasses on, looking like The Weeknd.
Right.
So, let me see what I put in my note.
Hold on, I was like, he got curly hair on top, curly hair up on his chin. I'm like, what's going on with this brother?
And snappy chest hair. He got 3 different textures of hair on his body. I don't get it, but that's Scotty.
But she's intrigued in him because she says, well, he knows what he wants. And
so she's drawn to that. Yeah, he over there. My number one. And so in the meantime, Aria see them over there, and that's when she break down crying, and then she go to the bathroom. And then she just has had enough because they still over there kikiing. And so she like, I'm finna break this up. So she go and break up the date, and they get into it.
And then Caleb was like, can I give you a hug? She's like, yes.
Yeah, come give me a hug. Yeah, she'd take some attention from anybody right about now. So he go give her a hug. And so then that was the suspenseful cliffhanger end of the episode right there.
Yeah.
But I'm still trying to figure out, how did Arya get these bruises, these strangulation marks around her? Arya, do you need some help, boo? Is we really, what kind of ultimatum are we really issuing here?
Right. Yeah.
Do we need a restraining order?
Well, it's gonna be interesting to see in episode 2 who matches up with who. At the choice, it's called the choice. So we'll figure that out.
You pay so much attention. That's why I like doing stuff with you, because you definitely get what I don't get. I ain't hear nothing about no choice. I was too busy. Like, it was just too many little. I look at like little minute details, like this big. Why is this tattoo on JR's chest so big? Yeah. Like he could have got Simba, but no, he had to get Mufasa.
Right.
Tattoo so big.
Right.
In the strangulation marks. And then JR, what's the girl name? I just had her name, but I forgot her name. He'll tell, "Ooh, you got pretty eyes." She got regular eyes. Like, what? I'm sorry. I digress. I because I don't want to use this platform to, yeah. I don't want to use this platform to try to, I'm not trying to put nobody down, but I'm just saying that, like, these people, they just, we are Gen X. Yeah. So we come from a whole generation where, like, we spoke our mind, and yeah. So I'm just speaking my mind. I was like, it's people that have beautiful eyes, and it's people, and I just feel like everybody have different assets that they bring to the table.
Absolutely.
And so some people do have pretty eyes, but she just ain't one of them. I'm just trying to figure out what he was anyway.
But also, they're under the influence, so I'm sure they look like pretty eyes.
Yeah. He had on some liquor lenses. So that was the end of the episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this episode is brought to us by Stella Rosa Black this time.
All right. That's fantastic. Well, we come to an end. We thank you all. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you for episode 2.
Bye.